フロントウィング。グリザイアの果実。
Hello, everybody. Hope you're all doing well today. Oh, give me a second. I gotta move my camera back up in the corner because I'm so fixated on Kingdom Hearts. I forgot about it. So, it's been a little while, but we're finally back to Fruit of Grisaia. We kind of superseded over Digimon Survive suddenly be coming out and I getting my copy. And then starting Birth by Sleep. Alright. Sorry. Yeah, so just a bunch of things kind of delayed Grisaia a bit. But we're back with it today for the next few days. So long as nothing comes up and interrupts it. Which, there's always that chance. Namely, me getting a lack of sleep or something. I mean, I probably already do get a lack of sleep. I did sleep pretty good, despite going to bed later. I slept pretty much all through the night. Which is good. So yeah, we're going to continue on through Sachi's route. Hey Jen, how's it going? Glad to hear you slept right for once. Yeah, I'm kind of glad too. I think it's the first time I've ever heard you say you slept well. It's rare. Very, very rare. Last night was a good exception, at least. Yeah, how you doing, Jen? You're a doing? Well, you're a doing, so keep on a doing. Not feeling great, but probably hungry? Probably it. Hopefully things get better later on in the day, and if not, we can hope for tomorrow to be a little better. Alright, so we are going to continue with Grisaia today, back and continuing with Sachi's route. Where, last we kind of left off, we more or less are making ourselves available as kind of like a maid/manservant type thing to everyone, just like Sachi is to everyone. Mostly in a way to take some of the burden off of her. And also, we're trying to get her to have a sense of normality, too? Just to kind of ground her a little. So she knows what normal is, I guess? Up our wonderful save. Alright, we get like the cicadas immediately. So we're just gonna see where this goes entirely. A summer morning, already hot enough to inspire full-throated chirping from the cicadas, Sachi silently devotes herself to her self-imposed duties, dressed, as always, in her long-sleeved maid uniform. Goddamn, God damn. I can barely stand being inside with a long sleeve shirt at any time of the year.
入風
Oh, Christ.
入風
Michiru, what are you doing? And now Yuji is monologuing to himself. Again. That looks sus. Very sus. And I, watching over her from afar, busy myself braiding the hair of a deranged cave gremlin. Oh, we're literally braiding her hair. We're braiding Michiru's hair? And we're not gonna get a CG of that. We're not gonna see a braided Michiru. Great. Wonderful. Thanks, game. I want to see a CG, an official CG of braided Michiru. I think that'd look kind of nice. Checked all you want, but I've been hearing some distinctly goblin-esque grunting from your direction for a while now.
それはあんたの手が気持ちよくなかったからつい変な声が出ちゃっただけよ
She was about to say nice. Your hands feel nice on my hair, so it makes me go into goblin mode. God almighty. The thirst is strong with this one. So you're emitting bizarre noises at random intervals without conscious intent. Ever been tested for Tourette syndrome? Oh, for fuck's sakes. Whatever.
いやいや、私のはそういうんじゃないから大丈夫。
Well, if you say so.
そんなことより、いくら彼女に楽をさせるためでも、
Yeah, big
他の女の子に
yikes.
尽くしてばかりで大丈夫なの
I mean, Yuji's also the guy that every time Michiru had some kind of stomach problem, he figured, is something wrong with your bowel? You're not shitting properly? Every time, like, this dude jumps to every fucking stupid conclusion. We know Yuji's kind of terrible. We all know this already. No worries on that front. We got a date scheduled after this.
ああ、そうですか。今ここの気温が確実に一度は上昇したわね。
Michiru fans herself vigorously with one hand, her face contorted into an expression I haven't seen since the time I mistook lukewarm leftover soup for barley tea and guzzled it. What the fuck? How oddly specific. So how do you confuse soup for tea? Just... Huh? I am confusion. Alright, yeah, stuck lukewarm tea, lukewarm soup for barley tea and guzzled it, and I guess made just kind of a... face. I don't know. Sachi and I arranged the date in question yesterday, shortly after my little pep talk from Amane. Returning to the athletic grounds, I found Sachi still maintaining a quite respectable standby pose, nibbling from a box of soy milk donuts with Machina at her side. I apologize for my lack of consideration, fully expecting Sachi's standard, "I don't mind in the least," in reply. But in a somewhat unusual turn of events, she instead asked, "In that case, what shall we do for the rest of the date?" Oh yeah, that's right, we went on a date. And we made her go through fucking, like, military practice drills and exercises. And Amane, kind of ripped us a new one. Like, take her out on a proper date, you dumbass. And so, after a brief discussion, we decided to wipe the slate clean of our half-assed first date and give it a fresh start the next day. Alright, we're done. I gave Michiru a light thump on the shoulder to signal the completion of her twin-tailed tying request.
Arigatou.
Standing from the bench she'd been lounging on, Michiru reaches up and examines my work with her own hands.
なかなかやるわね、ユージ。房の太さ、左右のバランス、どれをとってもサチと遜色ないくらいよ。
Well, I have seen her do this once or twice, so I had an example to work off of.
それだけで完全コピーできるあんたって何者？
Don't feed into his ego. Please don't.
もう遅いから帰っておいで。
Sachi's just adorable.
眠いのならキスしておやすみ。
Alright, she's done singing. As we're chatting, I notice Sachi's actually singing a relatively normal song as she works. Something of a first. Yeah, any other time we hear her singing, it's some weird thing composed by Machina.
これを口ずさんでるってことは、今日のサチは機嫌がいいみたいね。
Really?
そう、普段はマキナが作った変な歌を歌わせられてるから、これが聴けるのは機嫌がいい時だけってわけ。
Someone's actually excited for the date, then. Which, I mean, you always want to be excited for dates. Dates are fun! That a fact. It might be relatively loose orders, but Machina did ask Sachi to warble her ludicrous tunes. In other words, Sachi must be attached to this song to the point where it can occasionally override her standard system of prioritization. Nah, you gotta dread dates? That's how you know it's gonna be really fun? Oh my god. She have some special affection for that song?
さあ、そこまでは知らないけど、気になるなら直接本人に聞いてみたらいいんじゃない？
Can't honestly say I'm not curious, but I suppose the important thing is knowing what it means about her mood. Prying into the exact details could be counterproductive.
それと、私が頼みたかった用事はもうなくなったから、あとはサチとイチャイチャしてくれていいわよ。
I don't need your permission. I appreciate it. To demonstrate my gratitude, I'll let you watch. Is Yuji the NTR king now? Hey, Sachi! Have a second?
お呼びでしょうか、ご主人様。
Sorry? When did this happen? Why is she calling us master? Sachi trots right over when I call out her name, offering a greeting that inspires a truly spectacular grimace from Michiru. Looking a little pale in the face there, Michiru, my friend. Just now realized you forgot to eat breakfast?
朝ごはんならちゃんと食べたわよ。サチが作ってくれたハニートーストです。っていうかあんた、サチにご主人様とか呼ばせてるわけ
？If that floats your boat, it floats your boat. No, I don't recall forcing her to do that. Or giving any indication I wanted her to.
となると。はい、私なりに気を使ってみました。
Damn!
そっか。なんていうか、ユージも大変よね。
God damn. Not even on their actual first date yet, and she's already calling him master. Jesus Christ. I'll be fine. You hang in there yourself, alright? It's always darkest before the dawn.
ありがとう。って慰めたつもりが慰められてる。
As Michiru writhes in frustrated confusion, Sachi smiles brightly and conspicuously leans her head in my direction. The gesture is a pretty blatant request for another of those petting sessions, but unfortunately, while your intentions were good, that wasn't quite worthy of a pat on the head.
そうですか。
In typical fashion, Sachi offers no complaint or objection, despite this obviously disappointing result. But judging from the way she proactively presented herself for attention, Michiru's assessment of her mood seems to be relatively accurate. So, how far have you gotten with the courtyard?
今日の範囲が終わったので、明日の分に突入しようとしていたところです。
In that case, I'd like to get going before this heat gets any worse. But before I can finish the thought, there's the distinctive sound of a certain engine drawing near. A sound that can only mean one thing. Great, cock blocked by JB.
あれ、この音って。
Guess she's here.
みたいですね。
Yep.
ユージー、久しぶり。
After saying goodbye to Michiru, who apparently finds encountering genuine blondes somewhat depressing. God damn it! Oh. Sachi and I make our way to the front gate. Oh no. Don't tell me JB's taking us somewhere. Is JB gonna take us somewhere? JB's gonna take us to our date, isn't she? Great! I'm sure Yuji's gonna have a lot of wonderful words to say to her. JB's leaning against her flashy sports car, waving in our direction. Look, didn't I tell you to give me advance warning of your visits?
今日はたまたま仕事の用事で近くを通ったから、ちょっと顔を見ていこうと思っただけよ。
Okay, she's not actually. Alright, cool. Looks like you're done. Bye.
相変わらずレディに対して冷たいわね。サチは大丈夫？ユージに冷たくされたりしてない？はい、昨日もユウくんと二人でたくさん汗を流しました。
Jesus Christ! Phrasing!
ユージから付き合うことになったって報告を受けてからまだ1週間も経っていないけど、もうそんなことになっているの？
Like rabbits, I'm sure. Just to make things perfectly clear, Sachi's referring to training. Physical exercise. That sort of hot and sweaty.
そうよね。お姉さんちょっとびっくりしちゃった。
My god. These people care about this man's sex life for some reason. Let him do what he's gonna do. That's my girlfriend for you. Just full of surprises.
なるほどね。
But anyway, since when were you two this friendly?
そうそう。ここまで来るのも結構大変だったのよ。初めてサチに会った時なんか、ほうきを竹槍のように構えられて、さやーって威嚇されたんだから。あの時はハルデラさんが不審者に見えてしまったもので。
Oh my god.
本当にすみませんでした。
I'm sad we missed that.
もう謝らなくてもいいのよ。今はユージがお世話になってるんだし。
The smile on JB's face bears a striking resemblance to Amane's up to no good expression. When women smirk like this, my experience suggests that events are about to take a markedly irritating turn.
それでどう？覚醒の恋愛ってくらいには青春してるの？
Yes. Sure. It's going great. We're enjoying ourselves in every aspect, JB. Would you like a full dossier about what our sex events are gonna be like? I can't. God damn, I gotta turn some alerts off on this damn phone. I don't need apps telling me, hey, there's deals for you now. It's like, I don't care. Are you seriously asking me that? What are you, some gossipy old lady from across the street?
あら、私はユージの保護者なんだから、そっちの状況も把握しておくのは当然じゃない。
I already gave you what you absolutely needed to know, didn't I? I see no reason to volunteer more.
じゃあいいわ。代わりにサチに聞いちゃうから。
And she won't say no. She'll tell you. I mean, she'll tell you. It'll probably have the wrong context. But she'll just tell you. With a great show of pouty sulkiness, JB pulls Sachi away from my side and wraps an arm around her shoulders.
ねえサチ、お姉さんにこっそり教えてほしいんだけど、もうユージとはキスしたの？
Why do they care so much? Look, you...
幼い頃に頬へのチューはしたことがあるのですが、付き合い始めてからはまだになります。じゃあもしかしてまだ手もつないでいなかったり？
Okay, slow your roll there. The hand-holding is after the third date. Yuji ain't a whore, okay? The hand holding, come on, that's a little much. Not that there's anything wrong with anything. You live your life how you like to live your life.
はい他にもハグや甘噛みといった恋人らしい行為には及んでいません
Fucking Christ! Hand holding, hugging, or play biting. Jesus Christ.
甘噛みが恋人らしいかどうかは検討の余地があるとしてまだ手もつないでないってことは相当大事にされてるわね
Fucking
サチ
God.
は
そうなのでしょうか
そうよユージなんて隙を見せたらすぐにガオーって襲ってくるんだから
Huh? First question, why would you say this? Second question, how do you know this? Third question, why should I know this? That's personally for me. Why should I know that he's apparently a beast?
もしそうだとしたら少し意外です
Stop feeding her lies, woman.
ほら嘘じゃないでしょ
そうなんですかゆうくん
As she speaks, Sachi stares up at me with eyes clear and bright as glass beads. Alright. I mean, all I'm gonna say is this. When JB starts talking like an effeminate stage magician, you really shouldn't take anything she says too seriously. What in the fuck? Dude, just... where do you get your everything? Where does he come up with these similes?
はいわかりました
うんサチの返事はこう聞いてる方が心配になってくるくらい素直な返事ね
Well, you could say that's one of her good points.
そうだったわねでもサチのおかげであなたたちが清い交際をしていることは分かったわ
And if we were having a degenerate relationship, what are you gonna do? Let people do what they gonna do. One moment. Sorry about that. Yeah, just telemarketer, and then just some stuff came up. Just had to quickly do, but not too bad. We're all good. So you're satisfied now, right? Should I get back before the brass starts squawking?
隙があればすぐに追い返したがるんだから。
When you have an actual reason to visit, I don't think I treat you unkindly.
それならあさってあたりに仕事が入りそうだから予定は空けておくようにね。
That was the point of this visit. She sure took her time getting around to mentioning it. Alright. Send me the details when you can.
もちろん。じゃ、あんまり二人の仲を邪魔しても悪いし、私はそろそろ職場に戻るわね。
With an exaggerated wink, JB slips into the driver's seat of her prancing horse. Just call it a Mustang! Come on!
それからサチ、
なんでしょう。
ユージは寝相が悪いから、一緒のベッドで寝るときは気をつけた方がいいわよ。
One, how does she know this?
はい、わかりました。
それじゃあ二人とも、またねー。
For that to happen. After teasing us one final time, JB rolls up her window and speeds off in a shrill burst of sound pollution. Okay, just to be clear, I don't toss and turn in my sleep.
確かに、ゆうくんは立ったまま寝ていそうなイメージでした。
That's feet, that can happen. That's a bit over the top. But anyway, do you finally understand not to take that woman at her word?
でも、ゆうくんのことを心配して顔を出してくれたんですから、誠実な人なのではないでしょうか。
Maybe. She could resist the impulse to screw around like that.
なるほどです。
More importantly, about the date.
今日はゆうくんがデートのプランを考えてく
Okay,
れ
she
るんで
looks
すよ
so
ね。
freaking like excited for it. Yes, please. I love this. Yeah, thought we'd go walk around some stores.
買い物ですか？
Right. Window shopping, as they call it.
つまり、ゆうくんは窓が欲しかったんですね。
God damn it. Pretty decent. Try that one on a veteran Marine who's gotten thoroughly sick of constantly floating around in iron tubs, and you'd probably get a drunken roar of laughter. Yeah, I'd say that was a decent little pun that came out of nowhere.
冗談を言ったつもりはないのですが。
Right. I keep forgetting she's a natural at this. Anyway, I did take my best stab at thinking up an appropriate first date here. Is the shopping plan all right by you?
はい、ゆうくんとのお買い物デート、とても楽しみです。
Okay, that is sweet as fuck. Good. In that case, let's make our preparations, then meet up here in 10.
はい、わかりました。
The awkward first date. Not even glancing at the store windows to her left and right, Sachi shuffles silently forward, completely lost in her own little world. We came straight to the shopping area around the station as planned, but Sachi's mood appears to have taken a dramatic turn of some sort in the course of the last 15 minutes. I guess it's not as exciting as she thought it would be, that she built it up in her head. Because it's kind of what they already do? That's my guess. Or she's overthinking things? As a little experiment, I try stopping quietly in my tracks. Completely oblivious, Sachi continues to walk briskly down the sidewalk. Hey, Sachi!
すみません。私今ぼーっとしていました。
Don't see that every day. Something on your mind?
そのゆうくんとハルデラさんのことを考えていました。
Me and JB?
はい。
Not to repeat myself, but if there's something on your mind, you can go ahead and say it.
それが私も何をゆうくんに聞きたいのかがよくわかりません。
The hell? Sachi's explanation is so amazingly unhelpful that I reflexively respond a little curtly. Sorry, can you try to go into a little more detail?
学園を出たあたりから仲良くしているゆうくんとハルデラさんの映像が私の頭の中に浮かんできたのですが。
Sachi, honey.
そのことを考えているとマキちゃんにサッチンはインランメイドなのよさと言われた時のような気持ちになって。
When the fuck did she say that? When did Machina ever say that? I cannot recall. I see. Based on what I can infer from that explanation, it's simple jealousy. And although that feeling's obviously the result of JB's malicious little pranks, Sachi probably isn't capable of recognizing either the cause or effect for what they are. Alright. I've got some advice for you on this one, Sachi.
どんなことでしょうか。
File those feelings away and make sure you don't forget them. But for the moment, try not to let them bother you too much.
ゆうくんはとても難しいことを言うんですね。
It's pretty simple, actually. Just empty your head for now.
もしそうだとしたらどうして今は忘れた方がいいんでしょう。
Because you'll be able to enjoy the date that way.
なるほど。単純明快な上になぜかものすごい説得力です。
I wasn't exactly persuasive. Feeling any better?
はい。ゆうくんのおかげで喉に刺さっていた担当が取れた思いです。
Yes, because it's that easy. It's like, yeah, just forget about it for right now. It's kind of a little hard to forget things on the drop of a hat temporarily. That a fact? The girl can lay the hyperboles on a little thick at time. It sounds like this really was a load on her mind. In any case, it's encouraging to see Sachi starting to puzzle over things she doesn't understand.
では最初にゆうくんが欲しいものを見て回りましょう。
Something I want.
はい。私の方は特に購入を考えているものはありませんから。
The only thing that really comes to mind on the spur of the moment is books. But even there, I'm doing alright with Sakaki's leftovers for the time being. Everything necessary for my job at Ichigai is provisioned to me from the company's stock of government-supplied goods. I can't think of anything I urgently need to get my hands on at the moment. Well, if I really stretch things a bit... There's a new scope they're making overseas that I wanted to try out, I guess.
それは困りました。海外への渡航にはパスポートが必要になるので、申請に時間がかかってしまいます。
In other words, if the prep time wasn't an issue, this girl wouldn't hesitate to launch an international expedition as part of a casual shopping trip. As I try to come up with something else I'm interested in buying, I casually glance over at Sachi, walking quietly at my side in full maid uniform. No matter how accustomed she is to that thing, it's downright mind-boggling that she could wear a heavy, multi-layered outfit in this heat without shedding even a drop of sweat. She did say she has apparently multiple, for different occasions, but they all look the same.
ゆうくん、もしかして今俺が欲しいのは小峰幸の体だ、うえへへと目で合図を送りましたか？
Oh my god. No. No, you did not.
そうですか。
That is so. That said, she's not entirely off base, since my idea does concern her body. Alright. How about I buy you some clothes to complement that body of yours? Jesus Christ, you're just gonna come out and say it like that?
私の服ですか？
Yeah. I had this thought earlier, but wearing a long-sleeve maid uniform in the dog days of summer isn't really in the spirit of things.
それなら夏場用のトロピカルが。
Right, sure. I'm willing to bet it's still got long sleeves.
はい、長い野戦の間、マラリア原虫を媒介しようとする蚊から身を守るために必要不可欠な機能になりますので。
They do say a good 2/3 of the troops battling over New Guinea ended up afflicted with malaria, but... At present, I'm fairly sure the... Wow. We going Latin on me now all of a sudden. Alright. Anopheles, okay. At present, I'm fairly sure the Anopheles minimus mosquitoes capable of spreading the disease can't be found anywhere in Japan other than a small region of Okinawa.
他にも亜熱帯地方では。
Okay, whatever. For now, let's just look in a store that look in that store over there. Come on.
はい。
What can you do? The girl loves her maid uniforms. I guess this is the only way we'll get her into something that isn't a maid uniform.
こんなに買ってもらっていいのでしょうか？
As we leave the store, Sachi poses an anxious question, glancing down at the shopping bags dangling from both her hands. All well and good that I decided to buy her clothes, but even my... Tongue-tied right now. All well and good that I decided to buy her clothes, but even my avaricious reading habits never extended to female-oriented fashion magazines. I was largely clueless on this. For lack of a better plan, I ended up indiscriminately buying everything recommended by a saleswoman who spoke something just barely qualifying as Japanese. Jesus! You just bought what they told you to buy? Okay. According to JB, women can never have too many clothes.
それはみちる様もよくおっしゃっていますが、私は全くお金を払っていないので、これをいただくのはとても悪い気がします。
No need to worry about that. Fortunately, I've got a part-time job, so buying a few presents for my girlfriend isn't anything out of the ordinary.
それはそうなのですが。
Personally speaking, I consider buying you clothes money well spent. Okay, that can be taken in a good way and a bad way. It could be like, hey, I like spending money on you. It's never a bad idea to get you something, so it won't be money wasted. The bad side of it is, I hate how you look. Dress like this, please. If you're saying you don't want them, feel free to use them as rags when you're cleaning. I won't hold it against you.
それは絶対にありません。雑巾にするくらいなら腹巻きにしてでも身につけます。
Damn. Then I guess there's no problem. She got really defensive there. In that case, why don't you wear those clothes every once in a while? To the degree that it doesn't interfere with the pre-existing request about your maid uniform.
それもなかなか難しい注文です。
No, it's pretty simple. Why don't you just wear them when you feel like wearing them?
私が着たいと思った時に着ればいい。
Repeating my words like a parrot, Sachi closes her eyes in thought. In relation to my final objective, giving her these presents is something of a test. But it's also genuinely true that I want to see Sachi in normal clothes for once. Alright, next I guess we can just wander around for a while. I take a step forward, but Sachi doesn't budge.
ゆうくん。
Hmm?
ありがとう。ありがとう、ゆうくん。
When Sachi speaks those plain words, a memory flashes before my eyes. Thank you. Apart from my family, Sachi was the one and only person in my claustrophobic little world who said those words to me on a regular basis. For Sachi, it might well have been nothing but a simple expression of gratitude for the praise I lavished on her. But for me, every thank you offered me heartwarming relief from the feelings of inferiority and worthlessness that otherwise defined that period of my life. Maybe it was just a childish misconception on my part, a groundless, self-centered delusion. But it felt as though she was telling me, you're alright as you are. It's alright for you to be here. Yeah. And watching Sachi answer my curt grunt of acknowledgement with a happy smile, I realized that whatever else has changed over the years, that feeling's still the same. That warmth still rises to the surface. Even in that alone, I think Sachi's a special presence in my life. Alright, Sachi. Let's get going.
はい。
Glad we managed to find something that caught your interest as well.
みちる様にぴったりなサメさんのリボンも見つか
Oh
って
my
大満
god.
足です。
A shark ribbon to go with the shark pouch. I love it. We wandered aimlessly through a few other stores until we stumbled across the item in question. Her prize in hand, Sachi smiles triumphantly up at me as we leave the shop. So, what? Is this thing made from shark skin?
いえ、素材の方ではなく、こうして輪を作った時にサメさんが大口を開けているように見えるデザインらしいのですが。
I need to see that. I'm gonna look up a shark ribbon. Right now. Well, I'm getting a bunch of belts, many of which have baby shark on them. And fucking hell! I found tsundere sharks! God, oh Christ. So I'm not finding a ribbon like she described, unfortunately. But I did find a bunch of tsundere shark memes. God, that's a throwback. Yay, they return. God. Oh man, these memes are so old, but they still have that charm. It's not like I wanted to eat you or anything, Baka. God, tsundere sharks. I love it. But yeah, unfortunately, I cannot actually find a bow, like a ribbon you tie in a bow that resembles the open jaws of a shark. So that sounds kind of cool.
ハート型に似た歯の形状からモチーフになっているサメさんがホウジロザメではなくイタチザメであることが判別できるあたり、匠のこだわりを感じさせます。
That's so. If Michiru is really looking to complement that sparkly pouch of hers with this sort of realistic nature design, she's got a fairly inconsistent fashion sense. Well, now that we've both bought something, I guess it's about time we headed back to the dorm.
そうですね。
She wants to do something more. But when I change the subject, Sachi's response is somewhat distracted. She's turned her head slightly to one side. I follow her gaze to a bus stop bench, where a man's lying down with his head on his girlfriend's lap. She wants to be the lap pillow? Is that what she wants? She wants to do something like that? Have a little more physical contact?
なあ、これってやっぱ恥ずかしくねえか？
そこがいいじゃん。
There's a good bit of distance between us, so I can't hear the conversation that well. But the atmosphere over there seems pretty nice. From all appearances, they're a couple in the height of the honeymoon phase. When I look back, Sachi's still boring holes into the pair with her eyes. After JB's suggestive pestering this morning, she might well have developed some curiosity about this sort of physical romantic action. Something on your mind?
いえ、少し しバス停の方を眺めていただけですから。
We're gonna hold hands now, aren't we? If you say so. Judging from that oddly vague answer, it seems she doesn't want me to know she was looking at the couple in particular. Okay, let's head back.
はい、そうしましょう。
Oh, you dumbass. Or are we gonna have the lap pillow here? By the time we reach the campus, Sachi's got her head completely in the clouds again. This would be the second time in the last few hours. Considering she's normally alert enough to come running when someone calls her name, this is definitely an unusual state of affairs.
膝枕、抱き枕に氷枕。
Ah, so that's it. Although it's actually a little worrisome that she's this transparent, this time she's clearly gotten herself caught up on the lap pillow concept. Hey, Sachi.
はい、なんでしょう。
Want me to guess what you're thinking about right now?
それは何かの勝負のお誘いでしょうか。
No, nothing like that. I'm just pretty sure I know what's on your mind at the moment. Want to see if I'm on the money.
それが本当だとしたらすごいです。ぜひ当ててみてください。
Alright, I'll get straight to the answer. Sachi, you're currently thinking about trying out the classic lap pillow maneuver, yes?
むにょ。
Judging from that goofy little yelp, she genuinely wasn't expecting this answer. Can I take that to mean I'm correct?
はい。何のヒントも出していない状態での大正解に心臓のバクバクが止まりません。
No hints, huh?
以前にもユウくんはエスパーなのではないかと疑ったことがありますが、今回は特にすごいです。
Actually, in this case, I'm pretty sure anyone with a functioning set of ears could have produced the same supernatural insight.
つまりユウくんの手にかかれば、私は常に丸裸ということになってしまいます。
Oh my god. Considering how sordid you make this sound, you seem remarkably calm.
そんなことはありません。こう見えて心はドキドキです。
My heart is lub-dubbing as it has never lub-dubbed before. Fucking what? Alright, we're just gonna refer to it as that from now on. You make my heart go lub-dub. Fucking lub-dub. Okay, now I got the frickin' Star Wars song, Yup Nub in my head. Y'all know which song that is. It's the one where the Ewoks sing it. Okay then. Why don't we step that lub dubbing up a nut? Fucking Christ.
ドキドキドキですか？
Lub dub dub? Lubba dub dub. Two students in a tub? I don't know where I'm going with that. Can't say exactly how many extra dubs we'll get. Since you're interested, I'm officially proposing we give this lap pillow thing a try. Conveniently enough, there's a setting ideal for the purpose close at hand. I point to one of the benches that dot the courtyard, sitting in the shade of a tall tree.
確かにベンチはありますが、
All these bags end up being slightly heavier than expected, so it'll be nice to rest my arms a little as well. Of course, my arms aren't even slightly sore, and the dorm's right in front of us, but no need to mention that.
そうですね。あまり無理をさせるのは良くないですし、休憩ということでしたら。
Alright, sounds like the matter's decided. I pull Sachi over to the bench, then settle down in the classic lap pillow pose as previously demonstrated by the couple in town.
本当に膝枕もするのでしょうか？
Yeah. Ignorant as I may be about these matters, I do know the basic theory behind the lap pillow. Leave the rest to me. Alright. Success. Oh, she's the one who's the lap pillow. I thought we were gonna be. Okay. She's enjoying the lap pillow. Sachi's face stares up from my lap, frozen with all the meek anxiety of a terrified kitten. Well, what are your impressions now that you're experiencing the real deal?
ゆうくんの膝は硬すぎず、それでいて柔らかすぎず、まさに絶妙の枕加減なのですが。
I always thought it was the guys lay in the girls' laps and the girls lay on the guys' chests if they were doing something like this. I could be wrong about the second part. I don't know, that's just kind of the impression I always had for a while. I don't know.
ごく一般的な膝枕というのは、女性の方が男性の頭を膝の上に乗せるものなのではないでしょうか。
Lap pillows are for everybody. Now that you mention it, the man was the one lying down at the bus stop, wasn't he?
なので、この膝枕はどちらかというと、少し特殊な部類に入ると思われます。
Yeah, guy who lay his hand in the girl's lap. She could play with his hair while he's there, just kind of like run finger. That'd be calming. No, I'm not being weird. People like the feeling of others just kind of like that, just playing with your hair, running their fingers all through and stuff. It feels nice. Shut up. One moment. about that. Just kind of got a little snack. So. I didn't even consider which of us should be the pillow and which the pillowed. Well, if you want to take the opposite role, we can switch.
そうですね。せっかくのお言葉なのですが、それはやめておきます。
You sure about that?
よく考えたら、ゆうくんが枕役をやるというのもこれっきりかもしれないですから。
I see. Yeah, I guess you could look at it that way.
はい。
The moment Sachi offers that brief response, a gentle gust of wind rolls through the shaded courtyard. A lingering breeze, not so strong as to be irritating, but enough to bring a pleasant cool.
風が気持ちいいですね。
That it does.
セミさんも鳴き始めました。
Yeah.
ゆうくんの顔がすぐそばにあります。
If it was behind your eyes, we'd have a problem.
そうですね。
She puts her feelings into words as they come to her. I offer brief, meaningless responses. At some point in this trivial little exchange, a smile spreads across Sachi's face, and I begin to feel the sort of simple tranquility that comes with cradling a purring cat on your lap. Hey, Sachi. You enjoy the date today?
はい、とても楽しかったです。
No hesitation.
もちろん即答です。だって実際に楽しかったですから。
Even though we just wandered around by the station?
はい。ゆうくんと一緒にたくさんお店を回れた上に、可愛い服まで買っていただきました。
The little cute dates. God damn it. Well, I'm glad you had fun, but you really are easy to please, aren't you?
実際のところはそうでもないかもしれませんよ。
Oh? Oh? Elaborate.
だって今はこうして彼氏さんに枕役をやらせているんですから。
So you are? True enough, if someone saw this little scene out of context, they'd probably get the impression that Sachi's wearing the pants in this relationship. Well, since you've had the rare opportunity handed to you, how about you relax and savor it for a while?
はい、ありがとうございます。
As she speaks, Sachi lets the tension drain out of her body, and I feel a little more weight settle in my lap. It feels almost like the physical manifestation of her absolute trust. I've shouldered many burdens on the job, but none were quite this relaxing to bear. If you feel like it, you can go ahead and take a nap.
それはとても魅力的な提案なのですが、ドキドキして眠れそうにありません。
Why do they keep calling it love dubbing? In that case, just close your eyes and take it easy. Apparently that alone's about 80% as effective as actual sleep.
そんなことまで知ってるなんて、ゆうくんは本当にすごいです。
Look, I'm sure I've told you this before. The people who really deserve praise are the scientists who ran the studies, not the guy who read about them in some book.
それでもその内容を覚えていたのはゆうくんです。
You really aren't gonna budge on this, are you?
はい、どうしてもそうなります。
And she seems to be very pleased about it, for some reason. This habit of overestimating me to the point of veneration is one part of Sachi that doesn't seem to be changing. Walking down the streets chatting with your romantic interest. Going shopping together. Brushing against their warmth. And ultimately, offering them your lap as a pillow. Putting aside for the moment whether it's supposed to be the other way around. I remember seeing this sort of innocent flirting between couples in manga and television shows as a kid. But I hadn't imagined the day might come when I'd actually be experiencing something of the sort. And in fact, I almost certainly never would have if it wasn't for Sachi. I was able to experience this tranquil feeling because of her. Because I met her as a kid, because we were reunited here, because she agreed to date me, this unlikely moment came to pass. Thanks, Sachi. And she's out like a light. When the words spill naturally from my mouth, I'm answered by nothing but the sound of a carefree young woman sawing logs. Thought you weren't sleepy, punk. That didn't take long considering. But then again, seeing Sachi like this, the way her lively excitement gave way to this abrupt nap, it's a keen, almost painful reminder of the tomboyish, unpredictable girl she used to be. Oh my god, Yumiko, go away. Just go away. Don't ruin this. When I raise my head in response to this tentative inquiry, I see Sakaki standing in the shade nearby, a paperback book in hand. Hey there, Sakaki. Back from sharing your complaints regarding our profane world to the local crow? Or to a local crow?
人を魔女のように言わないでもらえるかしら。
Sorry, just a little joke.
機嫌がいいのは結構だけれど、そこで寝ているのは小峰さんよね。
Yeah. Momentum from the shopping date ended up carrying us in a slightly weird direction. Decided to try out the lap pillow thing.
それは見ればわかるけど、これはとても珍しい光景ね。
As soon as the words are out of Sakaki's mouth, she's leaning quietly forward, peering down at us with an expression of evident curiosity. Guess the man being the pillow is pretty unusual after all, huh?
いや、そういう意味ではなくて、私は小峰さんが眠っているってことに驚いているのよ。
What's that supposed to mean?
私はこれまでに小峰さんが居眠りをしているところを見たことがなかったから。
Another unbroken streak of hers, is it?
ええ。と言っても、もちろん夜になれば自室のベッドで休んでいるのは知っているけれど、こうしてうたた寝をしている小峰さんを見るのは初めてね。
That a fact?
ええ。だから意外だったのよ。
Makes sense. Yet another sign of how strictly Sachi governs her own behavior. Yeah, she's still out.
それにしても気持ちよさそうな寝顔をしているわね。
Well, we did spend a good while wandering around the stores this afternoon. She was probably a little tired.
それくらいでは小峰さんは居眠りしないと思うわよ。
Then what did?
よほどあなたの膝の上が気持ちよかったんでしょうね。
Sakaki smiles gently at her own joke. Fairly uncommon. Both the smile and the fact she made a joke in the first place. Oh, You interested? How about giving it a try yourself? When I offer a little light teasing as payback, Sakaki's face instantly goes red. Of course, you'll have to get Sachi's permission first, but...
それは絶対にダメです
Denied. Sachi wants Yuji all to herself. The sudden angry shout from my lap, Sakaki scrambles a few feet backward, completely flustered.
もしかして起きていたの
I wonder.
マグロマンはビームを使わずにその身を削るところがかっこいいんですから
No, she's pretty clearly not.
なら今のは寝言
Yeah, seems that way.
そうやっぱり小峰さんには底知れない恐ろしさがあるわね
You're reading way too much into this.
まあ周防さんや松島さんも出かけているみたいだし邪魔者はこれで消えるわね
Those parting words, delivered in an uncharacteristically tranquil tone, Sakaki turns away and quietly makes her way back to the dorm. I'm permitted to while away my time as a human pillow for the moment. But 2 days from now, another Ichigaya job is waiting for me. That was the way of life I chose. I don't plan on trying to back out this late in the game. Waiting for the but. There it is. But surely no one could hold it against me if I enjoy this feeling a little longer. At least until she wakes up. Walls have ears, shoji have eyes, is a long-standing proverb in this country. And in modern times, when minuscule spy cameras can be mounted on mosquitoes, it's truer than ever. Since such electronic bugs are significantly more credible and accurate than an ear against the door, you could say the advances of science have only worsened the ancient problem of information security. And it seems even this isolated community, known as Mihama Academy, is no exception to the general trend. Let your guard down for even a moment, and you'll suffer the consequences.
さっちゃんと付き合うって聞いただけでも驚いたのにまさか膝枕とはね
膝枕って言うと最近買ったマグロマンの
Oh
DVD
my
について
God.
きたあれのこと
それは抱き枕しかもあんたの言ってるのはカバーの方だから
Wait, they get in a DVD copy of a local superhero cartoon show for kids. They gave out a cover for a Dakimakura, a presumably tuna fish man, which is literally just a tuna with legs and arms. What is the other side of it? Him with all his guts and shit torn out? Where he's just mostly bone? Why? Just... why? Whoa! You know, I slept pretty good. I'm still yawning. Am I surprised? Not really. I'm always gonna be yawning. Mane heaves a small sigh, barely audible over the churning of the washing machine at her side. As it so happened, our little courtyard interlude yesterday was recorded by a camera Machina had set up in the courtyard as part of a surveillance mission targeting Michiru, rendering Sakaki's considerate discretion sadly meaningless. By this morning, the lap pillow incident was common knowledge throughout the dorm and beyond. So great. If things progressed differently, could have been putting on a show for all of them. Anyway, Sakaki, you decided on your request yet?
改まって聞かれるとすぐには。
Since I've now spent a day in servitude to both Amane and Michiru, the pair of them magnanimously decided that today would be Sakaki's turn. But if a genie popped up and told the girl, "You have 30 seconds to ask me for anything you desire," I'm pretty sure she'd dither the time away and end up empty-handed. I'm still on standby at the moment.
ユージが何でも言うことを聞くって言った時はマッサージとか言ってなかったっけ？あの時はちょうど肩が凝っていたからそんなことも言ったけれど、今はそれほどでもないから。おかしいな。私の調べでは昨日も夜の2時までパソコンを触ってたはずなのに。
Oh my god, is Sakaki like a gamer, PC gamer, hardcore, like... just sitting there late at night playing Counter-Strike. Does that mean in Sakaki's route we get the gamer GF?
あなたはどうしてそんなことまで知っているのよ。さあ、どうしてでしょうね。
Has someone been using Sachi for late-night spying operations again? Well, I don't mind waiting for directions, but if you aren't going to ask for something, it seems a little pointless for me to be here. If you really can't think of anything, I'll get back to my own business.
それは。ほらほら、ユージもこう言ってることだし、何でもいいから言っちゃいなさいよ。さあ。わかったわよ。それなら洗濯でいいわ。
Alright, just laundry. That all?
ええ、ちょうどランドリーにいるし、洗濯物は私が持ってくるから。
Alright. These washing machines make it as easy as a press of a button, so there's no problem on my end.
それならよかったわ。
Arriving on the scene with an overflowing laundry basket in her hands, Michiru peeks over her mountain of dirty clothes with an expression of clear surprise.
なんでこんなところにみんなが揃ってるのよ。はっ、まさかあんたたち、私の誕生日を内緒で祝う計画を立ててたんじゃないでしょうね。
It's your birthday? It's going to be your birthday?
そんなことされたって、私は全然嬉しくなんかないんだからね。あれ？私何か変なこと言った？そうですね。変なことというよりは全くの見当外れと言いますか。
Well, that's life. Hang in there, kid.
また励まされた。
Deflating like a punctured inner tube, Michiru trudges sullenly on toward the washing machines.
でもいいの？榊さん。何の話？ユージに洗濯を任せちゃって。 本人も選択ならできると言っていたわよ。そうじゃなくて、ユージ、男の子だよ。間違いなく女の子には見えないけれど、それがどうかした？下着とか見られたり触られたりしちゃうと思うんだけど。風見くん、やっぱりさっきの用事はなかったことにして。
Oh my god. It's just underwear. Okay. Here are the clients. That's fine by me.
代わりの用事はちゃんと考えておくから。
As soon as the words are out of her mouth, Sakaki hurries out of the laundry room and descends the stairs at a trot. Seemed strangely flustered. Don't tell me she's still hanging onto a pair of lucky teddy bear panties.
そこまでは知らないけど、どんな下着でも意図せず見られて嬉しいものじゃないわよね、普通は。
That kind of underwear you don't want it seen unless you're showing it off. Fair enough, I guess, but I mean it's just laundry. It's just putting it in the machine, hitting the button, go, walk away. Then put it in the dryer, press the button, go, walk away, and then just fold it. Yeah, well. Come to think of it, there was a time when I thoughtfully washed a pile of JB's dirty laundry without being asked. And although the woman usually walks around with her underwear half exposed, her reaction was an angry snarl to the effect of, "I'll do it myself." Seems pretty consistent with Amane's theory.
で、そろそろ本題に戻りたいんだけど、昨日のデートでさっちゃんとはどこまで行ったわけ？
Not far. Just down to the station. Why?
こういうのはユージよりさっちゃんに聞いた方が早そうね。
Heard the same thing from JB yesterday. Seems I'm not particularly well equipped for this sort of conversation. She's asking if you guys have fucked, basically. This man is so dense.
というわけで、どうなの？さっちゃん。どこまでというのは恋愛の進行状況を聞かれていると思うのですが、恋人らしい行為というのは膝枕くらいだったと思います。本当に？合間にキスとかしてないの？はい、していません。じゃあ当然エッチもまだってわけよね。
My god. These people care so much about my sex life. Look, woman.
エッチといえば金属加工の際に用いられたりする技術、エッチングのことでしょうか。
Yes, that. Let's go with that.
いや、私はそっちの方を知らなかったけど、こう男女の営み的な？男女の営みというと性交、いわゆるセックスのことですね。
There you go.
サッチン容赦ね。アマネーが珍しく投げてくれた変化球を剛速球で返してきたのよさ。
でもアマネさんが言っているのはセックスのことですよね。
Oh, she's like 100% is.
まあそうなんだけどさ。じゃあアマネさんは私とユウくんがセックスしたかを聞きたかったんですね。いや、なんていうか、それともここはあえて交尾と言い換えた方がいいでしょうか。
sex, intercourse, copulation, hardcore raw dogging. Okay, I gotta stop.
ごめん、私が悪かった。
Not bad, Sachi. Making a Mane of all people bashful is a considerable achievement.
でもさっちゃん、今のうちに覚悟だけはしておいた方がいいわよ。
覚悟ですか？
そう、膝枕なんかしちゃったら次はすぐエッチすることになっちゃうんだから。
Yeah, maybe this time there won't be a camera set up by Machina.
つまり私はもうすぐ喪失する。
Oh, Christ.
そういうことですね。
もうだからなんでわざわざ言い換えるのよ、この子は。ハマネが切れたのよさ。
Don't think I've ever seen her push this far before.
まあ、さっちゃんって我慢強そうだし、そういうのは案外平気そうだけど。
Amane is so down bad for Yuji. We know it. She's down bad.
はい、痛みに耐えるシミュレーションならなんだか。
Huh?
ああ、そうなんだ。まあ、私は一応アドバイスしたからね。
はい、ありがとうございます、あまねさん。
That was a thing. It's definitely not a bad thing that our classmates care enough to express their concern, but given Sachi's tendency to interpret advice in oddly distorted ways, I'm a little worried Amane's well-intentioned words may create more problems than they solve. I could probably go a little longer. Just gonna save here regardless.
セーブしますか？
Servicing the maid. Are you... Lol, every guy ever. What is that every guy ever in reference to, Jen? What I literally just said or something earlier? Because now I'm lost. Oh, I can go a little... Oh. Okay, alright, I get it now. Famous last words, huh? Oh, my lord. I just want to see where we're at in her route. Wow, we still got a lot to go. Really bringing your A game today, huh? Looks about right. Confirming that cool air is once again flowing from the vent, I climb carefully down off the stepladder. After anguishing at great length about her request, Sakaki ended up mumbling, "Come to think of it, the air conditioning in the hallway hasn't been working too well lately," and sending me off on a chore largely irrelevant to her own. And so after borrowing some basic tools from a closet, I performed some simple maintenance on the overhead AC unit, clearing out the ducts and replacing the machine's filter. Even as she holds the ladder steady, Sachi's gazing up at me with something like wonder in her eyes. Okay, what's on your mind this time?
いえ、ゆうくんは庭園管理士の資格だけでなく、電気工事士の資格まで持っていたんですね。
not qualified or certified in either of those fields, actually.
でもエアコンはちゃんと動いています。
Yeah. When AC units break down, 9 times out of 10, it's because dust and grime has accumulated inside the machine over the years. Even without any specialized technical knowledge, it's possible to perform some basic repairs. And in the first place, the title of electrician means you're licensed to wire buildings and such. That's a completely different can of worms. Yep. While you may know how to do it, maybe semi-easy just to put in a light switch here or a, plugs there, actually wiring up an entire house is different, hard, and if you don't do it right and you did it yourself, guess what? You're on the hook for all the damages yourself, not a certified electrician. Because if a certified electrician does it and they fuck up, it's on them. I rather like working with electrical stuff. Hence, getting a diploma in electrical engineering as a technician. Now my job involves working with electronic parts and arcade machines. And I can do small basic electrical work in the house. I've changed quite a few wall sockets and switches. I can do stuff like that. I mean, a lot of people can. You can show anybody once and they'll understand it. I did nearly screw up the one time, though, when we were putting a 3-way switch downstairs in our basement. I kind of forgot how you wire a 3-way switch up and ended up just making the entire thing live by accident and ended up flipping the breaker like almost immediately. But gave myself a refresher, saw where I fucked up, and we fixed it. Yeah, if I fuck up, I will admit it. And I did then. But it's all good now. It's been going for well over a year now, so we did it right. It can be turned on and off from both switches. Not always live. Yeah, that was bad. I was an idiot. Gotta remember the trick for when wiring up a 3-way switch with a light. You gotta feed the common, and then you gotta load the common. Feeding the common means you give that thing, you give it where it's gonna directly get power. Loading the common at the other end is putting that wire to the actual device you want to get power eventually. It is a little tricky, but if you look at how it's supposed to be wired up, you should get it pretty quick. Anyway, enough about electrical stuff. I'm knowledgeable, but not that knowledgeable. And I don't want to bore people with it. A lot of CPU usage today. I don't have anything else running right now, other than my usual. Oh well. I think eventually I will move everything over to OBS. Get out of Streamlabs entirely, move it all to OBS at some point. I'll see. One of these days, I'll make the switch over, even if all my scenes are going to get kind of wrecked because I guess the text isn't the same. I tried once and all the text was weird sizes, like what the fuck happened? But it carried all the scenes over, so that was nice. One of these days I'll do the full switch. But that day is not today.
だとしたらゆうくんはすごいです。もし私が頼まれていたら 業者さんに修理を依頼するしかありませんでしたから。
Well, I personally went this route because I know a little about air conditioners. But if you're looking for the most reliable method of ensuring the request gets fulfilled, your judgment is probably the better one.
そうでしょうか。
Yeah. The hands-on approach is only feasible when you happen to know how to solve a specific problem, after all.
それなら私ももっと勉強した方がいいかもしれませんね。
Maybe so. I'm not telling you to glue yourself to your desk even more than you already do, but it can't hurt to expand your breadth of knowledge.
なるほどです。ところでゆうくん、
Yeah?
ゆうくんは私とセックスしたくなったりしないんでしょうか。
Well, she just said it. That didn't take long. Now I understand why it's called servicing the maid. Look, Sachi, this is just like the thing with JB yesterday. Why are you so worried about what other people say about us?
ですが某所の調べでは私たちくらいの年代の実に 43% がすでに性交渉を済ませているというデータも出ています。
Yes, but using that knowledge against you, it says a full 43% of people in your age group already are, but that's a minority of people. A majority of people are not. The trend technically says you wouldn't be. How do you reply? I'm guessing these statistics came from another magazine you found in the convenience store rack.
なぜか見破られてしまいました。
Just a little statistical analysis of my own. My data indicates 99% of your data is that sort of crap.
もちろんゆうくんの頭の中でいくら私が凌辱されても構わないのですが、
Oh my god.
普通の恋人同士がすることなら私たちも知ってみた方がいいのではないかと思いまして。
She wants to fuck. Does that mean you want to try having sex, Sachi?
いえ、あくまでもゆうくんがしたいとおっしゃられるのであればです。
So even when it comes to something this serious, she relinquishes any role in the actual decision. Let me ask you something first. Would you really be alright having me as your first partner?
むしろ相手がゆうくんなら嬉しいくらいです。
Are you serious about that?
はい、小峰幸、いつでも本気です。
Is that supposed to be your brand slogan?
すみません、出過ぎたことを言ってしまったでしょうか。
No, wouldn't say that, but there's no doubt in my mind that Sachi's proposing this because of her belief that a good girl hews closely to the conventional way of doing things. In other words, her own will played virtually no role in this proposal. Of course, I'm not suggesting that adapting to the societal mainstream is a bad thing, but I'm sure as hell not planning to play some sort of holy martyr who abstains from physical relationships. But right now, Sachi's still missing an important part of herself. For that reason, I started this relationship off on a distinctly platonic note. Now that Sachi herself is approaching me, The question is whether or not I should allow things to move beyond that stage. Ordinarily, the answer would be a flat no. But precisely because Sachi's wrapped herself inside this shell, I need to introduce changes into her life. This offer represents a clear opportunity on that front. But that said, mind if I double check this one last time?
はい、どうぞ。
You don't find the idea of doing this with me unpleasant.
はい、嫌だとも思いませんし、相手がゆうくんなら安心できます。
I see. There's no guarantee the feelings Sachi expresses to me are real. If Sachi's convinced herself that a good girlfriend loves her boyfriend, she might very well override her own emotions to bring herself into alignment with that image. True, I'll never get anywhere if I get too caught up in this kind of doubt. This is a serious enough step to warrant some caution. At the very least, I think Sachi's sincere in saying she doesn't find the idea outright unpleasant. In other words, we've met the absolute minimum condition for me to put my hands on her. Alright, since you're obviously up for it, Sachi, let's move this relationship to the next step.
はい、よろしくお願いします。お待た
Are
せし
you
ました。
fucking kidding me? Or are they just gonna, like, kiss or something? About 20 minutes after we headed to my room, Sachi emerges from the bathroom, her shower finally complete. Her mere presence fills the room with the fresh smell of soap. It's the sort of thing that gets a man's blood flowing.
ゆうくんに言われた通り、
Oh my
体
god.
をきれいにしてきました。
Took your time in there. Sure you did a thorough job, though. Might end up having some places you've never gotten a good look at yourself inspected.
はい、髪の毛から足の指先までバッチリきれいにしてきました。
Uh-huh. Do I still have it up? Yeah, it's still here. Okay. And actually... There it is. Just in case things get a little too spicy. I doubt it though, it's the Steam version. But you're still wearing the maid uniform, I see.
はい、男の人はエッチの際に服を脱がせる行為にも興奮すると聞いたことがあるので、気を利かせてみました。
She's not wrong. Ah. They do say girls tend to collect lots of dubious secondhand knowledge about this sort of thing. Guess it'd probably be best not to bother asking about her source for this information.
それで、この後はどうしたらいいでしょうか。
Her face betraying a hint of nervousness, Sachi looks up into my eyes. I'd like to believe that the slight pink flush in her cheeks isn't just a lingering effect of her shower. Let's see. According to the standard theory, we'd begin with whispering loving words and embracing each other. But today, we're gonna omit that step.
それは昨今の不景気が原因なのでしょうか。
Huh? No. It's just that fast, cheap, and satisfying is my personal motto. Oh my god. Oh my god.
なるほど。ゆうくんは牛丼屋さんのようなキャッチコピーを売りにしているんですね。
Naturally, this motto is a load of crap. But I want to put the kisses and affectionate words on hold until Sachi's managed to regain a normal emotional state. Might think it a little hypocritical for me to be so... Yeah, I'm blanking right now. Sorry, I'm dumb. I'm dumb. I know it's something I've said before.
Conscientious.
Conscientious. I knew it. I fucking knew that. Don't judge me too hard. I already judged myself. Might be a little hypocritical for me to be so conscientious on this point, but we're about to do something more extreme. But I have my own way of thinking about the things that bind people together. The way I see it, some things matter more than physical intimacy. Alright, they did the thing, I guess. We're not gonna see. I'm gonna assume they did the deed. I'm gazing at the scenery outside my window when Sachi walks up to my side, evidently finished with her second shower of the day. They did the deed.
今日は本当にすみませんでした。私に経験がないばかりに気を使わせてしまって。
You got nothing to apologize for. Getting impatient and rushing ahead rarely ends well, especially with this sort of thing. That doesn't seem quite enough to convince Sachi this time. She looks up at me, her big round eyes tinged with uncertainty. Don't worry about it, Sachi. Just take it easy for today, alright?
はい、わかりました。
I give Sachi a quick pat on the head and offer a few reassuring words. Without any further objections, she nods and leaves my room. Girl's got sharp instincts. Not easy to lie to her. As Sachi seems to have vaguely sensed, my real reason for stopping halfway through was something else entirely. Truth is, the idea of going all the way like that just felt wrong. It's still not entirely clear to me why my conscience suddenly kicked into overdrive, but... Oh god, I actually gotta say this shit. When I touched her intimately for the first time, something about my way of thinking changed. I'll have to wrap it up with that for now. She sure house kept her promotion. Oh my god. Hey Nick, how's it going? I guess that hesitation may have ended up giving her something else to be anxious about. Not really what I was trying to accomplish here. But today, some part of me thought, this girl deserves to be treasured. And I don't think I was wrong. Doing good? Good. I'm glad.
それじゃあ、
Oh my god.
しばらく勇気を借りていくわね。セーブしますか?
Alright. So, cool. We're gonna leave off perfectly right there where we go and do a job for Ichigaya. So we might just get a straight Sachi perspective scene for a bit tomorrow. I like how he said they stopped halfway through. Obviously we didn't see it, but I like how he stopped it halfway through. Because he felt something was wrong. It didn't feel right to him. Which, that's good. As much as he was saying... Yeah, it's probably good to introduce some kind of change to her. Actual sex felt wrong. At least at the moment. probably too big of a step. Way too big of a step. So, wow, he actually has a conscience. Glad for that. He'll say a bunch of shit, but in the end, he will do the right thing. Which I'm actually very happy about. Scored a few more points on my good side there, Yuji. Still got more on the bad side, but you scored a few good points. I don't hate your guts entirely. Oh, yawning. Checking, check. Sorry, I'm just checking something right now. Yeah, because I haven't really... How many have I got here right now? That feels like more than enough. Feels like more than enough. So I am going to end for today. We'll be back at 10 a.m. tomorrow. We will continue on with Fruit of Grisaia. Because, well, I got most of that planned for this week. That was a lot of fun. I'm actually going to send everyone that's still here over off to Lupus the Space Wolf. They came in a little while ago. A really good chat. I believe I was playing through Kingdom Hearts at the time. Not 100% sure. I cannot remember, unfortunately. But they came in, gave a follow, good conversation. They're streaming right now, and hey, what do you know? They're playing Kingdom Hearts right now, so why not? Gotta spread the love a little bit. So, just want to thank everyone for, watching, commenting, and lurking. I appreciate it very, very much. I think I mostly have... Yeah. So if anyone wants to, would like to, you can post either of the messages. The first one is for followers, second one is for subs. They both achieve the exact same thing. So yeah, again, I will be back tomorrow at 10. I hope everyone has themselves a great rest of the day. I'll see you next time.